In the quiet forests of northeastern Wisconsin, in the young United States of America, a remarkable event took place in 1859. A humble Belgian immigrant woman named Adele Brise encountered a radiant lady clothed in white, who would identify herself as the Queen of Heaven. These apparitions, now known as Our Lady of Champion, are unique in Catholic history. They are the first and only Marian apparitions in the United States officially approved by the Catholic Church as worthy of belief. The message entrusted to Adele was simple yet profound. Teach the faith, pray for sinners, and lead souls to Jesus Christ. Today, more than 160 years later, pilgrims continue to visit the National Shrine of Our Lady of Champion, seeking healing, peace, and a deeper relationship with God. Before I tell you more, here's a word from me, your YouTube host, John. Hello, I'm John, and welcome to Save Our Souls, YouTube channel dedicated to saving my soul, your soul, and all souls. That's the mission of the channel. And today, in the 5th part of our Marian Apparition series, we're going to the United States. The only recognized apparition and miracle of Our Lady of Champion, here adorned in white, who appeared to the Belgian woman called Adele and gave her an important mission and a simple message to carry out. So in this edition, we've just had the introduction. I'll just get my notes here. So we're going to look at the historical background, so the apparitions of 1859, Adele's response to that, then there'll be the miracle of the Peshtigo fire, and that is followed by church approval, the shrine today, and what the message means for our souls, together with conclusion. And I'll be back after that with a quick summary and a prayer devoted to Our Lady. So sit back and relax and reflect. It's a very interesting account. One day in October 1859, while walking through a wooden trail, Adele suddenly saw a beautiful woman standing between two trees. The lady was clothed in dazzling white. Around her waist was a yellow sash, and upon her head rested a crown of stars. Brilliant light surrounded her. Frightened and unsure of what she had witnessed, Adele continued on her journey. A few days later, she saw the lady again while walking to Mass. This time, after speaking with her parish priest, Adele was instructed, if the lady appeared again, she should ask, "In God's name, who are you and what do you want of me?" On the return journey, the lady appeared for a third time. Adele asked the question. The lady replied, "I am the Queen of Heaven who prays for the conversion of sinners." Then came the message that would define Adele's life. "You received Holy Communion this morning, and that is well. But you must do more. Make a general confession and offer your communion for the conversion of sinners." The Blessed Mother then gave her mission. Gather the children in this wild country and teach them what they should know for salvation. She instructed Adele to teach the children their catechism, how to make the sign of the cross, and how to approach the sacraments worthily. When Adele asked how she could accomplish such a task, the lady answered, "Go and fear nothing. I will help you." Those words became the foundations of Adele's entire life. Unlike some visionaries who returned to ordinary life, Adele dedicated herself completely to the mission entrusted to her. She began traveling from house to house, teaching children the Catholic faith. Eventually, she established a school and formed a small religious community devoted to Christian education. A chapel was built on the site of the apparitions, becoming a place of prayer and devotion for local settlers. Adele spent the remainder of her life serving others, teaching children, caring for the sick, and spreading the message she had received from the Queen of Heaven. Her response reminds us that authentic encounters with God always lead to service, sacrifice, and love. One of the most extraordinary events connected with Our Lady of Champion occurred 12 years later. On the 8th of October 1871, the deadliest wildfire in American history erupted across northeastern Wisconsin. Known as the Peshtigo Fire, it consumed entire towns and claimed thousands of lives. As flames approached the chapel, Adele and the local faithful gathered in prayer. Carrying a statue of the Blessed Virgin, they processed around the chapel grounds while praying the Rosary. Miraculously, the chapel, school, and surrounding grounds survived, even though vast areas around them were destroyed by fire. The faithful regarded this preservation as a sign of Our Lady's protection and intercession. To this day, the event remains one of the most cherished parts of the shrine's history. For many years, devotion to the apparitions continued quietly. In 2009, Bishop David Ricken of Green Bay opened a formal investigation into the events. After careful examination of the historical evidence, the life of Adele Brise, and the spiritual fruits associated with the apparitions, Bishop Ricken issued his decision in 2010. He declared the apparitions worthy of belief according to the norms of the Catholic Church. This made Our Lady of Champion the first and only approved Marian apparition site in the United States. The approval does not require Catholics to believe in the apparitions, but it confirms that nothing in them contradicts the Catholic faith and that they may be safely embraced by the faithful. Today, the National Shrine of Our Lady of Champion stands near Green Bay, Wisconsin. The shrine includes the Apparition Chapel built near the location where Mary appeared, prayer trails and rosary walks, places for Eucharistic adoration, memorials recalling the Peshtigo Fire, and pilgrim facilities for prayer and reflection. The grounds are peaceful and deeply prayerful, attracting visitors from throughout the United States and around the world. Many pilgrims come seeking physical healing, spiritual renewal, reconciliation with God, or simply a place of silence in a noisy world. The message of Our Lady of Champion is striking because of its simplicity. Mary did not reveal dramatic prophecies or complicated secrets. Instead, she focused on eternal truths. First, she called for the conversion of sinners. This reminds us that every soul is precious and that we should pray not only for ourselves, but for those who are far from God. Second, she emphasized catechesis and teaching the faith. In every generation, ignorance of the faith can lead souls away from Christ. Mary's message encourages parents, teachers, and believers to share the gospel faithfully. Third, she highlighted the importance of the sacraments. Confession, Holy Communion, prayer, and devotion are powerful means of grace that draw us closer to God. Finally, her words, "Go and fear nothing, I will help you," remain a message of hope for all Christians facing uncertainty, suffering, or discouragement. The apparition reminds us that heaven is not distant. God continues to guide his people, and Mary continues to lead souls to her Son. The story of Our Lady of Champion is the story of a humble woman who listened to God's call and responded with courage. From a forest path in Wisconsin emerged a message that still speaks into the modern world. Pray for sinners, teach the faith, receive the sacraments, and trust in God's providence. More than a century and a half later, pilgrims continue to gather at Champion, seeking the same grace that Adele received, a deeper conversion of heart and a closer walk with Jesus Christ. As we reflect on this remarkable Marian apparition, may we hear Mary's invitation for ourselves. Go and fear nothing, I will help you. And now, it's back to me, your YouTube host, for a summary and a prayer to Our Lady of Champion. So there you have it, if you've visited this particular shrine, please let me know in the comments. Maybe there's something I've missed. Maybe you'd like to share your reflections about your visit, how you found it. Maybe you'd like to visit one day. It's a national shrine in the United States. Okay then, so now I'm going to say a prayer to Our Lady of Champion. Our Lady Champion, you sweeten the autumn air, blessed the branches of hemlocks and maples with your divine light and your crown of heavenly stars. We drink in your words, go and fear nothing, I will help you. We turn to you now as Adele did, with our childhood wounds exposed to the balm of your love. We bring everything to you, hiding nothing, because we know you are the mother who knows our every need. You are the lady who appears everywhere, even here in America, in the woods, to a young woman who adored you. Our Lady of Champion, pray for our healing. Okay, so in the next edition, we're going to Poland, to the country where I'm based, and it's going to be about magnificent history of Our Lady of Getchwald, who appeared during similar time to the one in Champion, maybe a few years later, but in that time Our Lady was particularly active in the mid to late 19th century. So that'll be coming up in July. Meanwhile, I wish you a good day or a good night whenever you're listening to this, and a good evening or a good afternoon, and good morning. See you again. And don't forget to check out the other material in the channel, such as the rosaries, for example. You can pray the daily rosary. They're available with my accent, and some other interesting materials from the series of Marian apparitions. The first was a general overview. Then in February there was Our Lady of Guadalupe. In March, Our Lady of Lourdes. In April, Our Lady of Fatima. In May, Our Lady of Knock. So they're worth watching. Thank you again. God bless you all.